From 0 to 2 billion, 300,000 kids at camp, competitions all over the world, million uniform pieces a year, and doing something you love, only in America.
High school pride and spirit is a tradition that has endured through the generations.
Jeff Webb is kind of the personification of the American dream.
I'm joined now by Jeff Webb, who is the founder and creator of Varsity Spirit.
Providing a platform and a showcase for outstanding young people to really present that they can do it.
We developed the concept of a cheerleading competition not as a profit center, but as a platform for young people to show their athleticism and what they could do. It's that experience that really drives us to create this amazing experience for kids that kind of something they can remember the rest of their lives and that they can take with them and really build on that as they build their lives. Like a 3-day experience. These kids come in, they warm up, many stay right here in one of the hotels at Disney. And the idea here is not only do they have the benefits of the competition, but also they can have a great time. We created the sport and we helped create the market. We didn't get any money from the government, no grants or anything like that. We did it ourselves. It's been a labor of love, there's no doubt. We consider ourselves really the stewards of the sport. There was nobody else that could really have the kind of impact and influence and set rules like we could, because we were having all the only competitions. We were running most of the training in the camps. We started with 4,000 people and 24 instructors. Early on, we developed the first safety guidelines and safety rules for cheerleading, and that was frankly, we were developing cheerleading as you see it today as we went along. Our culture became one of, because we were young and because we were the small company in the industry and we had to fight and claw and we had something to prove and we were all about the same age and we were good friends, it created this kind of egalitarian feeling where everybody was one for all and all for one, and we refused to lose. We got to a point where we were creating this whole new sport with all these incredible stunts and acrobatics, and people were going crazy for it, and there was no uniforms that really would work for that. We actually had to get into the uniform business. We needed to have that type of apparel to be able to do what we do and have our students do that. So we created a uniform line, which eventually became the biggest profit generator for the company. So once we had the camps going, the competitions going, and the uniforms, our concept was to have the #1 position in each one of those, and then to cross-market between them. It created a very powerful franchise. It propelled double-digit growth for over 20 years and built, I think, what's a pretty amazing company. So when cable really began to get launched, I had a friend we were working with in production of our shows that left to go to work for this upstart cable company in Bristol, Connecticut, called ESPN. ESPN was only in 4 million homes when we joined them. So as ESPN's footprint grew, our exposure grew, and we kind of grew up with ESPN. And we're now the longest standing broadcast partner that ESPN has. Not the NFL, not college football. They weren't even there when we started. And it was us and billiards and alligator wrestling or something like that. Starting from $85,000 in capital and running the business out of my apartment and building it to a point where it's no secret that revenues in excess of $2 billion, 8,000 employees, increases in sales and profits 44 out of 45 years. We have over 300,000 people at our summer camps. We do over 1 million uniform pieces, custom pieces for high schools and colleges all over the country. We do over 400 competitions right across the country. Then, with our finals there in Orlando. We're pretty proud of that business performance. But it's still not the most important thing. And it's still not what drives us. And what drives us is doing something great and building a great organization and really making a contribution to young people in this country. Young people today are not lazy, as some people like to say. Millennials, they're not lazy. I work with thousands of them every year. They're not lazy. They need some help in finding their way, and they need some help with our institutions in making them more available to everybody. You know, my own father gave his 3 children a great gift, and that's an appreciation and respect for the outdoors. And for me, that's really my recreation. I've been fortunate enough with the success of the company to be able to acquire land. We're here at Mallard Point Lodge in Brinkley, Arkansas, 700 acres of incredible duck and goose hunting, and just a great environment to have a lot of fun and entertain friends and family. So during the wintertime, some of the greatest duck and goose hunting in the country, only in America. When you get to the national championship competitions in particular, there's only going to be one winner. And they all want to be the winner. That's who they are. We all want to win when we compete. I want to put them in a position where they appreciate where they are and what a tribute they are by being there. You know, whether you win or lose, that is the time to set a good example of what character is all about. And then I send them back to their teams to talk about that before we make the awards. The cheerleading teams are interesting because they're leaders in the school, and they're responsible for creating or generating or complementing what we call school spirit. We teach them that their job is to recognize everybody, not just the athletes. You know, people in choir, people in the band, people who excel academically. Trying to create a place for everybody. That's what school spirit is. It's just kind of this kind of emotional connective tissue, if you will. But when you blow that up, then it also becomes community spirit. And a lot of these kids are involved in their communities. And then beyond that, think about it, it really is what we need in America. It's a place for everybody to feel like they can do something, they can contribute, and be appreciated. Only in America can you take a 24-year-old kid with an idea and a dream, be able to, you know, scrabble together a little bit of money, attract young people that really want to make a difference and do something great, build a great organization and a great company over 40 years. The result you can kind of see here. To be able to take a small concept, expand it globally, so that millions of young people around the world can participate and enjoy it, that only starts in America. For me and my entire organization, it's always been about inspiring these young people to be the very best for their schools and their communities. They are the future leaders of America.